With all the fires happening in the LA area, some people wonder if that's going to impact UFC 311 next weekend in Inglewood, California. Some fires have been reported in Inglewood. Some people mentioned a small brush fire and other incidents. But these fires aren't directly tied to the Intuit Dome where the UFC is holding the event. Someone mentioned a fire at 120th and Crenshaw, which is within the Inglewood area, but not directly infecting the Intuit Dome. But the broader LA area, including Inglewood's dealing with a lot of wildfire smoke from other parts in the city, which can affect air quality and visibility around the arena. And the panoramic view of the Intuit Dome's rooftop parking lot showed smoke from other fires in the distance. And one event at the Intuit Dome was canceled. Rod Wave's concert canceled due to the wildfires in the broader LA area. So it's something the UFC's for sure thinking about in case they have to move the event to a different arena. I don't know, maybe the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, maybe the UFC Apex in Vegas. Who knows? What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. Another fight added to UFC 312. Sydney, Australia, hometown favorite Jonathan McAuliffe will be taking on Frenchman Kevin Jousset. McAuliffe is coming off a win on the Contender Series, beating Muhammad Adu and earning a UFC contract. Jousset is coming off a loss in his home nation to Brian Battle. Dominic Cruz is looking to rematch Henry Cejudo, but Cejudo wasn't interested in that rematch. Instead, he's going to be taking on Song Yadong in the main event of UFC Seattle, February 22nd. But Cruz is also on that card in the co-main event. He's going to be taking on Rob Font. Despite fighting next month, Dominic Cruz will still be working this weekend for the UFC. He's going to be doing color commentary for the event. Michael Bisping also doing color commentary, and Brendan Fitzgerald will be the play-by-play man. Pantoja, Burns, Rodriguez, and Moicano stop for a second and pose. Pantoja's coming off a win over Asakura. Gilbert Burns probably fighting Michael Morales next. Gregory Rodriguez will be taking on Jared Cannonier, and Hanato Moicano will be fighting next weekend against Beneil Dariush, possibly Dariush's final fight. Gilbert Burns says it's not a done deal yet, but he expects to be taking on Morales next. He says it's a tough fight for him, but it's also a tough fight for Morales. John Silva playing himself in the UFC video game against Arman Sarukian. In real life, he'll be taking on Melsik Bagdasaryan next. EA Sports mentions that they have Ultimate 90s alter egos for 3 fighters: Amanda Nunes, Max Holloway, and Ilia Topuria, who's in Speedos for some reason. Amanda Nunes talked about returning this year and fighting for the bantamweight title again. Max Holloway is moving up to 155. Ilia Topuria says he's also moving up to 155, so his future is unclear going into the year. Although one report says that it's looking like the UFC's plan is to do Ilia Topuria versus Alex Volkanovski Part 2 at UFC 314 in Miami. That's a potential option. That would be in April. That's the fight that Volkanovski wants. He wants to only fight for a belt, either the real belt or an interim belt. And Topuria, yeah, maybe he will stay at 145. You really never know with him. Miami being the location and not Spain falls in line with what Topuria's manager recently said about the prospects of a UFC event happening in Spain diminishing. 1, the UFC not interested in organizing a show in a stadium. 2, both major venues in Madrid are already booked. 3, Barcelona declined to host an event because of Topuria's open support of their football adversary Real Madrid. I got caught, you got dominated. There's a huge difference. That's what Jamal Hill says to Yuri Prochazka after he compared losses to Alex Pereira. So they're arguing about who got knocked out worse, who got knocked out better to Alex Pereira. Prochazka could say, well, you got knocked out in the first round, I got knocked out in the second round. But regardless, they fight next week. One of them is going to knock the other guy out. Regarding the finger talk that Tom Aspinall had with Nina Drama, Sean Strickland says, what would it take? I got you, Tom Aspinall. Hashtag shocker. I'm an innocent woman. This caption is wild as F. What the F, Sean? Sean Strickland is looking to regain the middleweight title next month. He'd be the second fighter in the history of the UFC to regain the middleweight title after losing it. The first was Israel Adesanya, who lost it to Alex Pereira, but then less than 5 months later, he won it back. Fourth main event for Mackenzie Dern, Saturday at the UFC Apex. In the past, in 2021, you had Dern versus Rodriguez. Then in 2022, Dern versus Jan. Then in 2023, you had Dern versus Hill. Now in 2025, Dern versus Hebas. Vettori's looking for a fight. He hasn't got one, so he's spending his time venting about liberals. What a disaster, LA. Everything that liberals or anything leftist touch becomes rotten, and then stuff goes down. All of a sudden, you wish the strongest and more capable men were in charge. Guess what? They were left out for some fat, unprepared rainbow pig. Darren Till reacts to Tommy Fury not fighting him on the 18th of this month, but wanting to fight Conor McGregor in a boxing match in India. Till's taking on Anthony Taylor next weekend in Manchester. KSI's manager Mams Taylor confirmed that they're in deep negotiations with Conor McGregor for the KSI fight. Assume that the UFC is a part of this, otherwise they'd block it. Callum Walsh versus Sutherland at the theater at the Madison Square Garden, Sunday, March 16th on UFC Fight Pass. Cecile Bolander trying to figure out what's wrong with her in the hospital after her victory in Octagon MMA.
Tror du den blir fin? Tror du den blir fin? Du är inte grönskriver. Jag var en one-way ticket till Tyrkia där alltså. Det går bra.
Chris Curtis and Sean Strickland still train in the same gym. They still go at it. They still argue. They still almost fight. Not training fight, not sparring fight, but fight.
And there are times where I'm debating hitting him with a brick. Like, not even John understand it. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna hit you with a brick. Like, I don't care, like, where it goes. And, like, this time led to a fist fight as well. And we were, like, really about to throw down. And the entire gym is like, are you guys really doing this? And we're about to, like, actually throw down. And I'm, like, threatening to cripple him before he fights Streak. It's like, I won't cripple you. And, like, so we get out of hand. But, like, I've known...
Sean Strickland will be fighting next month, and this weekend, Chris Curtis will be taking on Roman Kopylov. Kopylov is over a 2-1 favorite in that one. These welterweights need to relax. Usman is at 29.5%. He'll be back soon. 30%. Honestly, at this point, don't give a crap whether they fight or not. Talking about John Jones and Tom Aspinall. Just let Tom be the real champion. That's probably what will happen. At some point, they'll probably strip Jones of the belt, and Tom will be the official champion. Like your channel and love your dedication. Thank you very much. But can you do a huge favor, and can the background music? I'd be happy to accommodate your needs if I know what they are. 2-Take Drake at 3:56 and 4:14. I guess I made a mistake. Cool, you make little mistakes reading the lines. Shows you're a real person. Thank you very much. AI art is ridiculous as the Shield's face-off. Now we need to see AI's interpretation of the face-off. I can do that. Why do you repeat info just to make the videos longer? Didn't do it on purpose. I'm just mentally challenged.